Hello everyone, my name is Kevin. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be talking about WWE 2K20. Now tomorrow, I'm guessing morning, I'm not sure. Tomorrow morning to afternoon, sometime tomorrow, WWE 2K is releasing the very first bits of information about the game. The official gameplay, the first gameplay trailer has actually been revealed. It's shown what the game looks like. It's got a very nice trailer, and it shows Becky Lynch dropping into a house. She goes up to Hogan, says, "Sorry about your stealing," and she puts like some food into his drink. And it's very funny because it's a glass ceiling and she breaks it and it has a whole different connotation. And then she talks to Roman and it shows WWE 2K20 with the two of them under it. Most likely meaning that the cover is going to be Roman Reigns and Becky Lynch. I have no issues with that. I've been saying from the get-go that Becky needs to be on the cover of this year's game. Putting Roman on there, I understand. Personally, I'd prefer it with just Becky, but if they're going to put Roman on there, I get why they're doing it after his huge battle against leukemia recently. I understand them putting him on the cover. I'm so happy Roman's back, honestly. I really am. I missed it. I missed him when he was gone. But that being said, obviously this means that things are coming closer to being new stuff on the channel. We ended both 2K19 series a few weeks back. And I cannot wait till October 22nd, which is the official release date of the game. I think since I probably won't be buying the normal version, I'm guessing it's going to be a 4-day early access as per usual, meaning I'll have the game 4 days earlier than everybody else. So October 18th-ish, I'll have the game, I think, if they do it the same way they did last year's. But tomorrow and tonight, me and Jesse are going to be working on kind of predicting at least the base roster. We're going to try to predict who we think is going to be on the game. We're going to try to predict who we think is going to be DLC. As best as we can, to the best of our ability, we're going to try to do this. And the reason we're going to try to do this is because we think it'd be a fun thing to do. Looking at the games year by year by year, you always get to kind of see all these new people that are either going to be leaving or these people that are going to be coming into the game. I believe it was last year I did predictions, and I do cover who's been announced as being on the game throughout the time when it's coming through. Obviously now we have the confirmation that Becky and Roman are going to be in the game. We have confirmation that that Brock Lesnar and Bayley are going to be in the game. We have confirmation that I'm pretty sure at this point Seth's in the game as well. It's probably confirmed. We pretty much have confirmation that Braun Strowman, Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan are going to be in the game. Stone Cold, Ric Flair. If you go watch the trailer, there's a lot of people that you can see. There's a lot of superstars in the area of the house and at this huge party thing, and you can kind of predict who's going to be in the game because of that. But me and Jesse like to do this stuff, so while we're playing our universe mode for 2K19, we're going to try to predict who we think is going to be on the roster for 2K20. That being said, that also means me and him get to probably start working on getting our draft together for 2K20's universe mode. And for those of you wondering, why do we not do universe mode on the channel? Why do I choose to not have that be a series? There's a lot of reasons. Personally, me and Jesse only play our pay-per-views. We sim through the rest of the weeks. We sim weeks 1, 2, 3, go to my pay-per-view, sim week 4, sim the week 4 stuff, and then go to his pay-per-view. Or if it's a dual branded, we sim the 4 weeks after. We do plan the matches out. It's not like we just throw in championship matches. We do actually plan the matches out, and we have setups for number 1 contenders. We do have setups for number 1 contenders and all that, but personally, we just don't think it'd be very fun for you guys to watch us set up a match, sim through the matches, and then set up the pay-per-view match and play the pay-per-view. Also, a lot of the time, our matches take up to hours to get done for an entire pay-per-view. We don't do like Gordon Perkins. They split their pay-per-views into like segments, into like episodes. You know, they split to like 3 or 4 episodes. They do 3 matches per main show. Me and Jesse do all 7 matches on every show, and we typically try to get our pay-per-view done in a single night. It takes a long time. It gets a lot done. That being said, streams are possible for it. Occasional streams of the pay-per-views or something are definitely possible. I don't know. Me and Jesse currently just have I have no real desire to put it on the channel. I'm very saturated with WWE content. You know, I do career mode and I do Championship Scramble, which, yes, Championship Scramble is coming back this year. Yes, there will be more championships. Do not worry. I'm planning on putting... I don't know. I put 64 in 2K19's. It's going to be 2 days a week again, and it's going to have more than 64 championships. I can already say that. I don't know exactly how many, but I'm definitely doing more than 64. But with that being said, like, there's so much that, it's already a lot of content for WWE on my channel in a span of a setup. I don't want to put too much in and have it be an oversaturated thing on my channel. My dog is losing his mind because my mom's nurse just got here. But it's a big thing for me, to be able to do this stuff. Like, back in the day, WWE games were something that we just enjoyed, and we didn't get to do this sort of stuff. Like SmackDown vs. Raw had GM mode, but it was very not fine-tuned. Universe mode's a bit more fine-tuned. However, if they do bring GM mode back, one sec. But if GM mode is back, there's a chance that will be put on the channel in some capacity, which is something I have no problems with. I loved the GM mode from back in the day. I really want 2K to bring it back because it was my favorite thing to do back in the day. But like I said, we have career mode, we have Championship Scramble. It's not like I'm lacking on WWE content. But like universe mode has just never been something I want to do because there's not a whole lot that you can do with it. It's very difficult to build stories in that. It's very difficult to do certain things with universe mode, whereas GM mode kind of sets a lot of stuff up for you and it makes it a little bit less maintenance, I guess, less high maintenance. Plus, we do a huge amount of superstars on our universe mode. Like, we don't just draft like a set of superstars. It's not like we draft like 10 or so superstars. Like Gordon Perkins, we go back to them because they're the universe mode I watch the most. They draft like 12 superstars, and then everyone else can kind of appear on either show, and then if they want, they can draft them to that show or bring them to that show permanently. With me and Jesse, we go through everybody. We go through everyone on the game, everyone on DLC, and everyone that we decide to download from created superstars, and we put them onto our rosters. That's our rosters. It's not like we do like, we don't do a small amount. We do the whole roster, fill it completely, oversaturate ourselves, and never use most of the people, which is fine. It's fine having most of the people there because if you want to use them, you have them. That's kind of the way we look at it. Like, if I want somebody to use, I have somebody to use. It's not something that's important. It's not something that needs to be there constantly. It's not somebody that needs to be on the show constantly. It's just somebody there. Like, we had a Hell in a Cell match with Randy Orton and Seth Rollins recently for my for the WWE Championship. It was awesome. It was a long fucking match, and then went into a Survivor Series 4-on-4 tag, or it went into a match between The Undertaker and Chris Benoit, and then went into a 4-on-4 elimination tag match, which was insane. Like, our fucking pay-per-views are insane with the way we set things up. But GM mode's different than that. It's budgeted. It's got a salary cap and all that. So, again, going forward with the news, obviously tomorrow there will be a predictions video for the roster, or at least part of the roster, and maybe some DLC people we think will pop up DLC wise. And then I will do a recap video of what was announced during the reveal trailer. From what I know of, it is going to be the cover, so we will see if Becky and Roman are both being on the cover, which is what I think is going to happen. I think it will be a little bit of gameplay trailer. It might reveal what the super special edition of the game is. For those of you wondering, will I be getting the most special, most expensive version of the game? Me and Jesse talked about it, and we don't think we're going to. I'm not entirely sure. It depends what it is. Again, it depends what it is. Like, we might figure out if it's worth it. Think about it, like, is this worth it to get? Like, last year and the years prior, we never really thought it was worth it. Like, no offense to the Seen Enough edition and the Woo edition, but for us, it was just never kind of, like, it was like, okay, it's not that enticing to us. Like, the Woo edition was pretty cool looking, but we didn't see much of a reason to get it because it was going to be difficult to figure out, okay, who gets what from this, This year, it seems like maybe they're doing a multi-person thing, so we might get this one. Because then we can have like 50-50 split. Like, you can get this and I'll get this or something like that. But yeah, so stay tuned for lots of WWE 2K20 content coming in the next 2 months. I will be doing roster predictions tomorrow. Probably a little bit of talk about the reveal trailer tomorrow. There will be roster updates every time they give us people who are on the roster, and we will compare those to the predictions me and Jesse make for the roster, so we can feel like, okay, were we right or were we wrong? And much like our pay-per-view predictions, we'll be going against each other, so we can differ on on a pick. So like, fuck, who do I want to use? Let's go with like Mick Foley, the three faces of Foley, like Mankind, Cactus Jack, Dude Love. We can say, let's say Jesse says yes to them, and I say no to them. That's how it's going to go in. It's not going to be we decide on what choice one of us makes. No, it's going to be, if I say no, I say no. If he says yes, he says yes, and that's how it's going to go in there. We're going to try to go through everybody we can that's currently on the payroll of WWE. So everyone NXT, NXT UK, main roster, 205 Live, all that. We're going to try to go through every single person we can think of to put in this, and hopefully we're mostly right. Hopefully on most of them we're right. Obviously there's people who are also going to be leaving the game. We're not entirely sure about who all is going to be leaving. The problem with the games is typically the roster is set by WrestleMania. That's usually when the game's roster is set in stone and it's not going to change, and that's who's going to be there. So typically when you look at the roster at Mania, you can kind of figure out who's going to be in the game going forward. So you look at that and you can see, okay, Matt Riddle's in the company. He's probably going to be on the game. I think Kushida was just in the company at the time of Mania, so he might be in the game. Dean Ambrose was on his way out, so he's a split choice. I think Ty Dillinger left a few months after Mania. Ooh, shit, when did he leave? I think he left after Mania. I'll have to fact check that one, but I think he left after Mania, so there's still a good chance that Ty Dillinger will be on the game. We have people who have requested the release, like Luke Harper, who's kind of an up in the air situation. You don't really know if he's going to be on the game or not. They could decide not to give him that paycheck because he wanted to leave the company. They could say, you're not going to be on the game this year, and that's your own fault. So I guess it's kind of one of those things of we're going to see later in the future, in a few months here. As roster reveals start to happen and stuff, we'll see who's going to be on the game. I personally hope that we're going to have this is probably going to be, they say this every year, the roster always gets bigger. This is going to be the biggest roster we've had in the past few years, I hope. And obviously, when me and Jesse get to see who's all on the roster, it's going to kind of decide of who's going to be created that we download, and so on and so forth. So, I think that's it with the actual game. Now to go into Championship Scramble. What is going to be the plan for Championship Scramble this year? Like I said, I'm going for more than 64 championships. I already know I'm adding in the AEW Championship. I'm going to add in the AEW Women's Championship. There's probably going to be a design for an AEW Tag Championship by that time, so someone's probably going to put it in the game. Obviously, the Women's Tag Team Championships are going to be added into the game. We're going to go for a lot of other company belts, so some Ring of Honor, some New Japan, some Lucha Underground, some TNA. If there's any companies you guys personally want me to see put a championship match in there for, drop it in the comments. Like AAA or something like that. If there's some company you want me to do on the channel, let me know. And I will look into it and figure out if that's something I want to put on the channel or not. There's a chance that I will. It's going to be, like I said, 2 times a week. I think I did, Mondays and Fridays for 2K19s. I think that's probably what I'm going to do for 2K20s as well, is Mondays and Fridays. I don't want to go too crazy with the championship matches, but again, it's going to be a mixed bag. There'll be random, whatever match I decide to throw into it will be thrown into it. Custom matches obviously will be more heavily featured. I didn't feature a whole lot this year. 2K18, I fucking oversaturated myself with them. This year I just wanted to kind of keep it sort of simple, which I did. And it was nice. We had that huge 30-man Royal Rumble at the end, though, which was I really liked. I hope that they give us the option for more Royal Rumbles, like more people, like a 50-man, like the Greatest Royal Rumble. I hope that's an option. I know they don't personally like talking about it, but it's still something I would like to have as an option, like to do the Greatest Royal Rumble, to do a 40-man Royal Rumble, and a 50 in the Greatest Royal Rumble's case. Because personally, I just like the idea of getting to do a bigger Royal Rumble than what we typically get to see. Especially because with Championship Scramble, it's all about giving opportunities to people who you might not see get them in real life. And if I have a 50-man Royal Rumble, that's 20 extra people that I can throw into that match and give an opportunity to. What else do I want to talk about with this? Like with the rules in the past, there will be no dual singles champions. Like, so if Edge wins the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, he's not going to go for a different singles championship. That has been a rule since I started Championship Scramble, and I'm sticking to it completely. I personally really enjoy that rule. It helps, one, because it means I don't feel the desire to put more people into, the same person into multiple matches. Like, if I did that, I'd have Seth Rollins in multiple singles matches. No. There'd be a lot of people that would probably be overlapping and potentially winning multiple, like maybe even up to 3 championships because of that. I don't want that to be a thing. I don't want to have the option of that happening. That's why I've never done it in the past. I've edited matches that I already had set up because I've been like, okay, that guy already has a championship and I forgot. So I'll edit the match around and he'll take him away from that match so he can't win another championship. Tag titles are completely different. If somebody has a singles title, I will have them go for a tag title, or vice versa. If they have a tag title, I can have them go for a singles title. That's never been something I've been against, mostly because you've seen it happen in real life. You've seen people win tag championships at the same time they have a singles championship, or win a singles championship at the same time they have a tag championship. The reason I really like that is because it kind of adds a little bit of realism to it. I know that, yes, realism technically does also exist in the singles championship, having dual titles sort of thing. But I like the idea that when we look through the championship scramble at the end of it, you don't see the same face too many times. You don't see like one person holding 5 belts. You see one person holding 1 championship. You don't see somebody trying to collect every championship in the goddamn world. Tama Tonga, Austin Aries, Tangaloa. No offense to them, but like seriously, it got a little bit insane there. Like, you don't need 70 fucking championships. You need 1 set. It's fine. I think Austin Aries had like 8 at one point. Like, dude, what the fuck do you even need that many for? But it's one of those things, for me. What else? I'm gonna try to get a little bit more like creatively flowing with it and putting different people in different matches. Like, I think I'm actually gonna try to figure out most of the matches, like who's gonna be in them, not just my person, but who I'm going to be facing as well. I did that with the first Championship Scramble with 2K17's Championship Scramble. Wait, was it 17? Yeah, I think it was 2K17. No, 2K18. Sorry, 2K18 Championship Scramble. 2K17 I did Who's Next. But with 2K18's Championship Scramble, I was trying to figure out who I want to put in each match as well. The structure of this one is going to be different. I'm not going to try to have certain championships get out of the way immediately. Like, I'm not going to try to go for all the women's at once. I'm going to have it be a little bit more random. I'm actually going to, after I figure out every championship I'm going to have, go into like one of those random number pickers, and I'm going to assign a number to each championship. And when they get that number, like when I go for it, I'll go like from 1 to whatever, enter it, and just let it go continuously until every championship has been put somewhere. I think that's the best way to go about it, is just kind of enter all those names into a random picker, and then as it picks, put them into an order. My God, Hook is losing his mind up there. And I like that idea of having it be randomly picked. Because if I pick the order, I'm going to pick it the way I want to do it, not have it be picked randomly, which I like the idea of having it be picked randomly a little bit. My superstars, as always, I will choose. Jesus Christ, he's really losing it up there. If Jesse joins an episode, obviously I'll let him choose out of the people that are remaining. He joined me on 3. I think it was 3 last year with 2K19s. Let's see, he joined me for the final episode. He joined me for the European. I think he joined me for the Undisputed Championship as well. I think those are the 3 he was. I think those are the 3 he was on for this year, or for 2K19s. But yeah, there will be more. I'm gonna try to like figure out an entire set of rules for this at some point, so that way if you guys want to do your own setup of Championship Scramble, you can. I would love for there to be an actual Championship Scramble match. Like again, I would definitely put that as one of the episodes. Have a few Championship Scramble matches thrown in. But sadly, there's not Championship Scramble. If you guys don't know what Championship Scramble is, there's a few different versions of it. But the one I would want to use the most is where it's... Because I think there's a few different, depending on the company, there's a few different types. I know there's, I think, one where it's sort of like a gauntlet match, which I've never really liked the gauntlet match setup, but I like the one that, the one more people are more familiar with is a bunch of superstars in the ring at the same time. There's a time limit. You pin, you're the champion for that period. You know, you're the champion until you get pinned again, and if you're the champion at the end, that's who's the champion. I would love to have Championship Scramble matches back in the game, just so I could do them on the channel for Championship Scramble. It wouldn't be every championship episode. Like, it wouldn't be every episode that, oh, there's a Championship Scramble episode. No. But they'd be thrown in periodically. I'm then also, I think, going to try to do most of the setups for the matches as random matches. Like, I'm not going to choose each match on the fly. I'm going to try to figure out a match that I want to put in that position beforehand, you know, so... Let's say we're going for the WWE Universal Championship. I want to have that match just figured out beforehand. Like, if I want to do an Elimination Chamber, I'll have it figured out beforehand how I'm going to do it. Like, I don't want to be in the match or be in the episode figuring out the match. And finally, on to career mode for WWE 2K20. As far as I know, it has a story just like 2K19's did, which I really love the 2K19 story. But just like with 2K19 and 2K18, because after 2K18, which also had a semblance of a story, it kind of dropped off after WrestleMania for your first year. I'm going to do the same thing with 2K20 and that I did with 2K19, where I stopped it after WrestleMania. I've actually not gone back into the story mode since finishing it, but it did say at the end of WrestleMania, you finished the story mode of 2K19's, you know, you finish the story of 2K19's career mode. Once that's done for me, once I finish the story, I don't want to continue it most of the time. But with career mode especially, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, once you finish the story, what's the point of continuing? You know? So when we finish the 2K20 story mode at WrestleMania will be finished. Unless it says there's more to the story. If there's more to the story, we'll continue it. You know, I'm not against continuing the story if there's more after WrestleMania, but for the most part, they've never had more after WrestleMania. It's ended. The story part of it has ended at WrestleMania, and then it's just kind of the same sort of matches repeating week after week after week after week. So if there is more story after WrestleMania, we will do more story after WrestleMania. I hope the story is different than it has been, though. Both 2K18 and 2K19 were kind of you butting heads with Triple H. While I liked it more in 2K19 than I did in 2K18, I'd like something different for 2K20. I know the same guy who voiced Buzz in 2K19's career mode is back, AJ Kirsch, who is also a wrestler himself and made an appearance a few weeks ago on SmackDown Live, facing a few months ago, facing Daniel Bryan and Rowan for the tag titles, or they were supposed to, and then they ended up facing Heavy Machinery. But that was really cool. But yeah, I'm not gonna, sugarcoat it. If there's no more story after WrestleMania, I'm not going to continue the career mode because there's no point. I think that's about it. If there's anybody you guys would specifically like to see on Championship Scramble, if there's any titles you'd like to see, if there's any certain types of matches you'd like to see for certain championships, you guys can let me know down in the comments of every Championship Scramble episode, plus in this video and any further 2K20 video. I will take all your suggestions into account and figure out if I want to. I'm going to go through the championships on 2K19 very soon to figure out, okay, which championships do we have in this game that are most likely going to carry over to the next game. I'm not going to try to go for every championship because I know every championship might not carry over. I know there's championships that will be added. There's potential championships that can be removed. I'm going to try to focus myself on it as best I can. And I will be doing the showcase mode. Because there's supposed to, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a showcase mode. I hope there's going to be a showcase mode. If there's a showcase mode, I will be doing it on the channel. I don't know if I'll do it in a live stream or if I'll do it in like a little bit of a mini series. But if there's a showcase mode, it will be done on the channel. That is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for all 2K20 content. Stay golden. Peace.